in this particular subject. Okay, the first thing is human resource planning. Do we require human resource planning? Is it a concept? Does it have to go with an objective? And what do we exactly think when we are talking about human resource planning? Okay, human resources have to be planned, girls. Okay, if human resources are not planned, what happens? The efficiency will decrease and the performance levels will come down and the output in an economy will fall down. And without proper motivated human resources in any economy, it is going to create a chaos in the world. Okay, everything, even this is also, you are sitting on this platform, it is a planned platform. You have finished your 15 years of your education and now you are in the verge of completing your first and the foremost degree in your hands. Okay, planning, systematic planning of everything has brought you to this level, and there is a journey which is going to be a more challenging one after this degree. Why? Because we go for a better prospects in our life. Okay, it is not like going from 10th to inter to degree. It is like you have to choose what is that I am supposed to do now. Human resources time and again have to be planned. Okay, at the micro level, the family and the individual person is supposed to plan for himself. On the macro level, the economy has to plan for the welfare of the human resources. Only then there are prospects for every person who is a skilled a skilled worker in this economy. Okay, human resource planning is defined as a management tool through which the organization should move from its current manpower position to a better kind of a position every time. Okay, desired, there is something called always we aspire for something more. Yes or no, girls? Do we have to aspire for something is more or every time?
Yes.
They'll mange more. Always. Even if you're supremely performing, there is a scope for betterment. Why? Because the sky is always high. Yes. So our prospects and our performance has to be improved and improvised every time. That's why human resources have to plan. At the micro level, we have to plan. At the macro level, the economy has to create such kind of a platform for everybody to prosper. If not, we have seen what happens. Brain drain from an economy is inevitably going to continuously happen. Okay, management strives to see that human resources excel every time and their targets and parameters are always increased. Okay, it is nothing, nobody can say that. That's why there is a chance of many of you thinking in a theory paper we don't get the maximum, even in the languages we don't get the full mark. Why? Because there is a scope. Even how much ever we perform, there is a scope for improvement. Okay, that's why these are the things which all of us have to look into it. Okay, next is it strives for management. Yeah, next is I'll give you a small definition, girls. Write down. According to the words of Steiner, okay, according to the words of Steiner, manpower planning is a strategy for the acquisition. Manpower planning is a strategy for acquisition. Please think and write so that we can discuss this definition. Yes. Manpower planning is a strategy for the acquisition, utilization, improvement, and preservation of an organization's human resources. Preservation of the organization's human resources. It aims at coordinating it aims at coordinating the requirements for and the availability of different types of employees. different types of employees. Okay, so first and foremost, the unit 2, starting of unit 2 only, is acquisition of human resources. Okay, when a business center or a company or an organization forms for a specific objective, it struggles to find how can we acquire and procure best human resources for our organization. Acquisition of human resources, very important, girls. So it is nothing but two successful people only can make a successful business. Okay, if not, there will be one is pushing, pulling in the front, and the other is pulling in the back. Then what will happen? There is a friction, and ultimately one fine day the business has to collapse. So acquisition of human resources, that is one reason why the companies go to a college or an institution to absorb their manpower and try to have a requisite skill sets. Students who are possessing proper skill sets. Okay. Next is utilization. The moment you're absorbed into an organization, you need to be created such kind of atmosphere where you can perform in your workplace. Utilize the manpower. If you are not having anything, then what will happen? You will not be able to understand why you are really there in that organization. Okay, when you come to the college also, if all the classes are going smoothly, you will feel convinced. Okay, the other side of it you want to enjoy. But the frank and the straightforward thought process of coming to a college is to ensure that things go smooth. Next is improvement and preservation. Okay, every time when we do something, we will always feel, no, not a single time till now we were convinced that what I did was perfect, and that's the top and the end all, be all and end all of this world. No, nothing is like that. Okay, nobody can conclude and say that I am the best on this earth. Okay, it is impossible, girls. It is impossible. From the times immemorial, nobody can conclude. But we can have a role model to say that somebody is such a great personality. But you go and ask that same personality, you go to even if you went to APJ Abdul Kalam, he would definitely have told that what I know is only a drop in the ocean. Why? Because the more we know, we realize that we know only a drop in the ocean of that particular subject. Okay, the improvement and preservation. We need to preserve what we have, we need to preserve what we have, we need to exhibit, and what we have, we need to perform and show. All these are the kind of things which are very important according to human resources. And next is organization of human resources, organizing, streamlining, trying to show the right path for the human resources in an economy. These are all the consistent kind of plannings which are supposed to be conducted to see that the human resources perform more efficiently every time. Okay, and next is, shall I give you keep this definition, girls. Using a definition for an exam paper, you are able to have a consistent way of understanding and also writing the answer in a best possible manner. Okay, what are the next is, we'll come to the characteristics of human resource planning. Okay, first is characteristics of human resource planning. What characteristics should be constituting in terms of human resources planning? First is future oriented. Future oriented. Write down only the points, girls. Future oriented. It should be timely and adequately provided with all the facilities. Okay, timely and adequately provided with all the facilities. We cannot, again, this is this point looks as if timely and adequately provided. हो गया बस नहीं. Okay, how much ever best feast you had in the morning as lunch, are we going to feel hungry for the night? Yes or no? Do we feel hungry?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. We can never say that that is the end all. Okay. How much ever adequately and timely we have prepared the human resources, planned for their performance, created all kinds of facilities, there is a scope for improvement. Okay. What is the ongoing process of planning also has to be planned for the welfare of human resources. Ongoing process. What ongoing processes? We have to, that's why research and development, always research, every organization has a research and development. Okay, that means we need to consistently think what else can be done, what else can be done. Okay, even if there is a medicine which is coming into the market, which is going to satisfy so many kinds of, pacify problems in for the human beings. What happens? They think of what are the side effects, what can be the better kind of a production of the same kind of a medicine, and can we reduce the cost so that it can cater to the every kind of person in the society, and can we make it locally available? Can it become more suitable for all kinds of ailments with the person or a individual. So many kinds of research keep happening. Okay, that's why we have to evolve every time. It is an continuous and an ongoing process, and it is an integral part of corporate planning. It is an integral part of corporate planning in the sense, we can never conclude. The girls who are working in this, studying in our college, you girls also, you are good, you're good at your performance, you're good at your talent. So what do you see? What else can I do? Can I participate? Can I become a volunteer? Can I become a part of any other committee? Why do you aspire to do that? Because you want a name, a fame, a recognition, okay, an identity, and also a kind of a different kind of an approach when compared to others. By this, what will happen? You make a stamp for yourself. You try to create an impression on your own person, about your personality, to the people around you. Okay, so at that time you should not start growing horns. A small kind of an achievement, people start growing horns. Okay, not necessary, there is no need for a horn. Okay, we need to know that what we are doing only is a whirlpool in a cup of tea. Okay, a small teacup whirlpool, whirlpool in a teacup, let me put it properly. Okay, so we are only putting small churn. So what is a whirlpool in a teacup? Can you understand? You understand what I'm talking?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So just take your finger or take your spoon and churn your teacup. Okay, it will create whirls in that. Okay, it will stay for only a split second and then go away. But go and take a small pebble and put it in a river or a water. Okay, big water pool. Then what will happen? It keeps going and going and going and going in for long hours. Okay, long time at least. So what does that mean? The intensity of what we have done, is it a small place or is it a big place? So if you are trying to do something at a small place, try to see that you do it effectively, and try to reflect the same kind of things at a larger place. Then you are going to create your own impression. Okay, if you start thinking that I am too big, then what will happen? There won't be any more planning. We will just vanish with that. Okay, next is, it is an integral part of a corporate planning. The same way, corporate, it's an integral part of corporate planning. It is integral part of an individual planning also. Try to see what, strive for a better the kind of a prospect every time. And it is also called manpower planning. Okay, so all these are nothing but, we are talking of optimum utilization of manpower. Optimum means to the best of my knowledge and to the best of my capacity, at that given best opportunity, I have performed like this and I feel I have done best. Okay, and if anybody says, you have to always say there is a scope for improvement. Why? Because as human resources we evolve every time. Okay, and maximize our return, we have to see that we maximize our return. These are all the characteristics through which the human resources should be planned. Next is quantity. Only write the words, girls. You all can write. All if you're good at English, I have no debate on that. Okay, quantitative and qualitative aspects. Human resources have to plan both in the quantitative and also the qualitative aspect. Okay, so first is try to see improve your quality, and then try to increase the quantity. Am I able to perform excellently in a group of 10, then in a group of 50, in a group of 100, quantitative. Okay, and can I cater to a better kind of a contribution? Can I increase my quality? Can I increase my various other skill sets which I already possess? Okay, so these are all qualitative and quantitative measures. Next is human resource planning is the primary responsibility of the management. Okay, so it is very important, girls. Why do we have to greet each other? Why do we have to thank? Why do we have to I mean thank when we meet each other, or say good morning or wish each other? These are certain small kinds of gestures through which we are able to identify that we have met somebody and we are doing something together. Okay, there is a possibility we can walk off in our corridors, we can walk off in our college, we can just attend the class without even opening our audio. It is okay, no problem. But what happens, it will only try to give an impression that your interpersonal skills are not perfect. Okay, if we don't have proper interpersonal skills, what happens, we will not be in a position to create any kind of an impression on the other person. Okay, I'm not talking about students, even a faculty also has to have that kind of an interpersonal skill through which we will go touch every girl who is sitting in the class. That is very important. We cannot leave even one student in the class unchurned in that particular day. Very important. All this is nothing but it will create, it is our primary responsibility when we are working in an organization. There is a need for us to interact. That's one of the reasons why always the moment we enter the college, we take it as a pride to go and wish sister principal. Why? Because it creates that kind of an atmosphere, an ambience, and a kind of a goodwill between people, wherein we feel that we are recommitted for today to work better than tomorrow. Okay, primary responsibility. And also sister also wishes everybody good morning students. Why does she say? Okay, there is a value on the in that particular dialogue. There is a very important kind of a gesture through which she gives lot of importance for her students. Okay, next is human resource planning is a systematic approach. Okay, it is a systematic approach through which we try to expect something. There is an expectation. Okay, and there is a reason for you to reach up to that expectation. All these are also some things which are very, very important. And accordingly, there is a need for institutions and organizations also to create that kind of human resources who are in demand and who are supplied according to the demand. Okay, that's why there were no uh, what is this called, organizations go to a college which is unlisted, which has not got any kind of a rapport. Okay, so they go to an organization where they feel that we will get the right kind of students who are with the right kind of mindset and skill set also. And it is a comparison and also an evaluation of demand and supply so as to reduce the gap between them, between the demand and supply. Okay, it is always a transformation process. Okay, it is always a transformation process, and the output of human resource planning strategy and programs are formulated to bridge the gap. That's why there is a need and requirement for us to plan the human resources, and so that there will be a gap which is reduced. What my industry is expecting, what is that we are providing or procuring in our college, both have to come to one kind of a uh, destination where they feel, yes, we have this kind of skill set and this kind of personality available in St. Anne's. That is one thing. So human resources have to plan. Okay, the objective of the organization has to be aligned with the objective of the individual. Only then the outcome of any kind of a activity comes to a perfect kind of a platform through which there is a proper understanding. So it is very important to plan and also see how human resources are planned for an economic conditions of an economy or for an industry at the micro and also the macro level. Okay, with this we have finished